Hi, my name is Chasity, and my two words are searching to satisfied. I feel like we're all looking for satisfaction and meaning and purpose in life, and I was no different. From a young age, I was searching for satisfaction in different places. When I was really young, I found this from being the cute little girl and being told that. But then my sister was born, and I quickly understood that that I couldn't always be the cutest little girl, and there was dissatisfaction in that. And in elementary school, it was in grades. I was pretty quiet, and I worked really hard in school, and would get good grades, and found temporary satisfaction in my teachers' approval, and just their encouragement to me. But by junior high, I had quickly learned that that wasn't going to get me the satisfaction of having the social standing I wanted. And so in high school, I tried to gain a greater social status, and I did this by being involved in different teams and clubs and activities. Yeah, and I even played up this ditzy role to gain approval that I thought I would get from that. And and I was still discontent though. While I had great friends and enjoyed high school and was liked by my classmates, I still didn't have a boyfriend or the level of popularity I desired. And so for me, the social scene wasn't satisfying either. There was still something more, something that I longed for. So as I graduated, I thought maybe that satisfaction would be found in alcohol. And so I decided to give that a try, and I started drinking regularly and getting drunk regularly. And while I would say that I was having fun, I knew it wasn't as much fun as I was making it out to be. And it left me feeling discontent as well. And if anything, it unnerved me in many ways. While I was looking for these other things to satisfy me, like beauty or grades or popularity, achievement or a relationship, I at least felt good about myself, like a good person. But when I was drinking, I was not only discontent, but I saw a side of myself that was usually more controlled and more subdued. I would say hurtful and even cutting things to my friends. I was thoughtless of people around me. And there were many nights that I knew I would have slept with guys at these parties had only opportunity presented itself. So in light of those things, this image I had of myself, this image of a kind and moral girl, was shaken. Now, from the time I was little, I had heard about God. I would even say I love God. I would pray and read stories about Him and go to church regularly. I even went to church camp and was in youth group and would go on mission trips in the summer. Yet the fall of my freshman year at Ball State, I began to wonder if there was something more about God that I hadn't understood all of these years. If there was something I was missing, and that's why I was discontent. And so I went to an event on campus where someone explained to me why Jesus had come to die. And I'd often heard that Jesus died for my sins, but I didn't really know what that meant for me, what that had to do with my life. But I learned that He lived perfectly for me too, that He wasn't marked with sin at all, that I'm selfish, but He was selfless. I've lied, and Jesus was the definition of truth. I disobeyed, and Jesus obeyed God even to the point of death. He lived perfectly for me so that He could die for me and experience the wrath of God for me. That I should have experienced. And through that, He offers to me acceptance before God. He died to switch places with me. He received wrath so that I could receive the pleasure and acceptance of God. This was undoubtedly the most beautiful thing I'd heard and what I'd unknowingly been searching for in all the wrong places. This message satisfied the longings of my heart, and as I continue to learn and study about it, about this message and about Jesus and who He is, it satisfies my mind and my intellect. So I was discontent in all of these things because my achievements, social status, and even relationships weren't supposed to satisfy me completely. They're not supposed to satisfy me. And since coming to know Christ, some of the most difficult things have happened in my life, and some of the sweetest things have happened in my life. But whether difficult or exciting circumstances, in having a relationship with Jesus, I've experienced freedom in living life, having found what truly satisfies. I still find myself thinking other things will, but now can see it for what it is, a lie. Nothing apart from Jesus can satisfy me because nothing else was meant to. Searching to satisfied. Those are my 2 words.